Hello Thistle fans, competitive football will be back in October and our Player of the Month awards will be back too, thanks to the support of McCrea Mortgages, part of McCrea Financial Services. Absolutely delighted to be joined today by Douglas McCrea, Managing Director of McCrea Financial Services. Hi Douglas, first and foremost, how are you? How are the team and how have you survived through this unique year so far?
Yeah, I think like everyone else, it's been a bit mad, Brian. So, I mean, we were lucky. We managed to get everybody out of the office. I think it was the Monday before Boris locked everybody down. So it's been fine. Everyone's back at home. They took their computers with them. They took their IT. They took their stationery. So we really had a mobile office for the last, 5 months. So work-wise, it's been fine. Sport-wise, it's been a disaster, as you know. Hardly any sport, not been able to see Thistle for months. Rugby starting back up, football started, so hopefully we're getting there. But yeah, we're all good, all fine.
Good, glad to hear it. And we're talking today because Partick Thistle will again enjoy the support of McCrea Mortgages, part of McCrea Financial Services throughout that upcoming season. Both you and the wider business, long-standing supporters of the club. Tell us why it's important to you to partner with Partick Thistle this season.
Well, I think as you've said there, we've been about for a while. I think this will be year 16 I've been involved. I mean, I've been involved for forever, as you possibly know, back to, you name it, sort of organising things with Save the Jags through to testimonials and everything else. So I've been going now for over 40 years, which is quite scary when you think about it, but I mean, we've got a big love for Thistle, as you know, sort of business-wise and obviously personally. So we just needed to get back in. We took a year off last year, just from the point of view the business had exploded and there was so much we were involved with in the marketing side and the business development side. So unfortunately, to park a couple of things just so that we could do them properly going forward. Because I think what people don't appreciate is it's things like a Player of the Month. It's not just we send a trophy in. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes with the marketing of it, working with the club on it. So we took a wee step back, but we're all systems go again. We're all organised, which is great. Really important to get behind the club this year because unfortunately we're in tier 3, as you know.
Yeah.
So we needed to get back involved as soon as we can. I think the Player of the Month, much as though, as you know, unfortunately over the last couple of seasons, there's been a few months when it's not been too easy to pick one. Hopefully everything will be positive this year going forward, and we just wanted to get back in as quickly as we could because I think the Thistle support are really galvanised this year, just with everything that happened in the close season. I think there's going to be not quite an us and them, but I think there'll be a point to be proven next year, and I'm hoping the crowds will come back style as well as we hopefully get back into the ground.
Absolutely. Well, clearly we're all absolutely thrilled to have you back on board and looking forward to the season ahead. Loads of fans will know your face and obviously the names. For those who don't and need
a couple of chins now in the face. There's the chins are expanded. It's a wider face than I used to have. Unfortunately, but that's life.
We just hope it's a happy face come May is what we're looking for. But if any fans who don't know you need your Thistle credentials proven, just explain what those red books are sitting behind you.
Right, the bookcase, right. I'm afraid this is me being an anorak. This is the Partick Thistle programme collection, which is, I think it's been on the go for quite a while, shall we say.
Yeah.
So no books in the bookcases. I tell a lie, there's maybe the Roberts book and Chick's book and a few other books kicking about, but in general terms, that's the programme collection, Brian, dating back from, I think the earliest one I've got is 1920s. There's quite a few pre-war, but it's quite scary. So how some people sort of collect train numbers and things like that. That's not me. I've got my Partick Thistle affliction in the background there.
Amazing. I mean, I think that's Bookcase of Lockdown award for you. It doesn't look like you're missing too many.
There's a few, unfortunately. The trouble is when you've been collecting for 40 plus years, the ones that you don't tend to be like forfeit away in the 80s. It's more, Elgin City in the Scottish Cup in the 1950s, which I've actually got, believe it or not. But I think I'm missing 11 home programmes from the war. There's maybe 30 odd away programmes from the war. So if anybody's got an old collection there, I'll be happy to pay extraordinary amounts of money for them.
There you go.
As long as my wife doesn't find out. There's got to be a caveat there, I'm quite happy to pay a very good price, quietly, quietly.
Right, we'll lock your wife out of Jag Zone so she doesn't see this, but there's a challenge for the season ahead. Help you get some of those in the programme.
Yeah, that's a must. She cannot hear this. Okay.
Brilliant, incredible. Back to the partnership, we will see the return of monthly Player of the Month awards, and it gives fans the opportunity to vote for them, and that's important to you, the involvement of supporters, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, very much so, because I'm one. It's I mean, we've been doing the Player of the Month. Unfortunately, obviously last year we didn't do it, but it's been synonymous with us, I think, because we sort of started it off. We thought the reason I started it years ago was I thought it would be good to give the players recognition. And I'm not saying they would try any harder just to win the award, far from it, but I think it was nice, especially with somebody had a really good month, or one of the younger guys coming through, your Aiden's guys like that over the years, to actually get recognition. And I think it's quite good the way it's done now, because as opposed to just being a free for all, the coaches pick the guys that they think should be put forward, and we vote for it. You and I vote for it. And the good thing about that is we don't see everything that goes on behind the scenes with Ian and Archie and everybody. So from that point of view, they might have a particular reason for putting one of the guys forward, maybe to give them a wee confidence boost or whatever. So, I think it's a good award. We've been really chuffed to be involved with it over the years. I think it'll be great to get it back, and hopefully, there's going to be real competition for it this year as we go on with, the division, and hopefully the League Cup as well when it gets started up in October. So yeah, really looking forward to getting back on board with it.
Definitely, likewise. We've also announced a one-off supporter award in recognition of the special efforts of a fan or a group of fans during lockdown. How impressed have you been by the way all Thistle supporters have rallied around the club and community in this difficult year?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, the way the support's got behind the team has been fantastic. Obviously, you don't even need to drone on about what happened at the end of the season. It's been well documented. We've got to just move on, which I think everyone at the club's hopefully looking at it that way as well. So, from the point of view, the money that's been raised by the supporters has been fantastic. The Thistle have always been good at that. You go back to, when we did the business club and we were raising money, we paid for Triggers operation, things like that, to save the Jags. The support's always been brilliant. It's been great from that point of view. The money that's been raised, the fact that hardly anyone took a refund on their season ticket, which would have been easy to do for a lot of folk, and obviously some people would for personal circumstances, which is totally understandable. The support's been great, it always has. What will be good to see next year, though, once we get back inside the stadiums, is if we actually, the support starts to pick up again, because you and I know it's tailed off a bit in the last few years. The percentage away support's sensational. We must have one of the biggest percentage away supports in the world. You get 2,000 at a home game and 1,000 going away game. Which is brilliant. But it'll be good, and I can hope. I'm hoping that a lot of guys will say to their mates this year, "Look, come on, let's go and see Thistle. We've hardly done football over the last 6 months, 9 months, whatever it is." So support's been great, and I think this award is just something a wee bit different as well. Because the supporters, I don't want to get taken for granted, far from it, especially at Thistle. But it's nice for somebody to actually have an award to say thanks. We really appreciate what you've been doing.
Yeah, definitely. There'll be no shortage of strong nominations, I'm sure. Finally, these awards will carry the name of McCrea Mortgages, a specialism of McCrea Financial Services. Tell us about this part of the business, and how fans can get in touch if they might be able to benefit from your expertise.
Sure. The reason we've used the McCrea Mortgages brand for this is quite simply, we've been doing mortgages for 21 years since the business started, and a lot of people, when we did a bit of market research, are you aware that we do mortgages? No. Oh, right, okay.
There you go.
So what we thought was, right, okay, it's maybe time to give that side a push, because the guys that will go out to work in that department, the business, that department, are brilliant. They're really good. It's one of these things that we help people. Even if you're just starting looking for a house, we'll go through the logistics of it with you, what's involved, how much you need for the deposit, how much solicitors will cost you. It's really, we try and take the grief out of house buying for the clients. It's the same with all the things that we do, because the investment side, retirement side, they're all really busy, but it's very much a people business. So, we try and look after people, and the mortgages is the same, but we just felt that there was quite a few people out there that just thought McCrea is a company that invested your money. Actually, there's an awful lot more we do than that. We help people plan for retirement, savings for kids, different things. But the mortgage side is one that's really busy. The guys are great at work in it, we just felt as if we did the deal this year under McCrea mortgages, it would actually ring that bell for folk to say, hey, these guys do mortgages. So we're hoping that we'll get a good few people we can help out in the back of it.
Good, great stuff. Well, I think all that's left to say is, to thank you again for your support. Zoom, at times the picture's been a wee bit sticky, but the words are crystal clear, and I'm sure all Thistle fans will appreciate not just your partnership and support this season, but the words of a genuine Partick Thistle supporter behind it, and that passion and drive, and all these things will hopefully add up to a successful season, not just for the club but yourself and the business as well. So thank you very much, and we'll look forward to talk to you more throughout the season, and hopefully getting you a couple of those programmes too.
That'd be good. That might actually get someone an award, if they turn up with all the response. I'm sorry, someone could have raised 50 grand for the club. If someone appears in these 11 home programmes, they're getting an award. They'll get a separate award.
There you go, to be continued. Douglas, thanks again, and we'll speak to you soon.
That's smashing. Thanks, Brian. Okay.
Cheers.